everybody in YouTube land, and welcome to this episode of From the Mind of an Appliance Tech. My name is Chris, I am your host, and this is C&G Appliance Television. Thank you so much for being here. You guys could be 10,000 other places right now, but you're here with me, and I sure appreciate that. Okay, so first things first, shop announcements. Didn't get a chance to tear into that refrigerator. By the way, it is, before I start this actually, it is January 13th, 2020. And these are my thoughts as of today. It is a Monday, and it's the start of the week, and I am part of the crowd that believes in TGIM. Thank God it's Monday, because I love my job. I really enjoy it. So, with that said, shop announcements. Sold the Maytag washing machine, the kind of weird Performa one I was talking about a few episodes ago. Sold that. That is all set. Got $100 off of that. One of my fellow technicians actually bought it off of me. He's going to go ahead and resell it for a little bit of profit himself. So, if he can do that, that's good. Good on him, good on me. We all win. Happy, happy. Didn't get a chance to tear into that refrigerator that I was talking about with the grumbly compressor the other day. Not a big deal. Like I said, all I'm going to do is pull parts off of that one. We have another modular washing machine that, surprise, surprise, got overloaded. In the beginnings of the modular washing machines that Whirlpool made, the ones where the tub is suspended by 4 suspension struts, which is actually what they call them. They're struts, and they're long rods with a spring on the end of them, and there's 4 of them that hold the tub up. That's a dead giveaway that is a modular washing machine. And this one had gotten overloaded. To the point, actually, that the motor capacitors on these things are plastic. And it got so overloaded, and I guess got to rocking and rolling enough that it actually spit the capacitor off of its mounting. It broke the capacitor off of the mounting bracket and wound up ripping it completely out and ripping the wire out of the back of the red wire out of the back of the connector there. So I just cut them back, put a couple of spade connectors on there, because I'm not going to buy a whole wire harness for one of those. I can just do, regular 1/8" spade connectors. Got that done. Put a new a used capacitor in that I had. Put a belt on it, and it's happy. So. And also I screwed the pulley back on too. The pulley started to back off, put some thread locker on it. Now you got to use blue thread locker. Now that's actually another thing that I wanted to get to as well. When you're using thread locker in washing machines and most appliance applications, you're not really ever going to need anything stronger than blue. If you use red, you can create a lot of problems. I know in some LGs and Kenmores that sort of wash ring or agitator, whatever you want to call it, in Whirlpool calls them wash rings, but it's that oscillating piece at the bottom that takes the place of an agitator. When you're dealing with those things, and if the nut in that backs off, like on some, I believe it's LGs or Kenmores. I've dealt with Kenmores mainly that have that problem, and I think they're LG built, if my memory serves me correctly. It might be Samsung. Guys, comment if you remember. Those, you want to use blue thread locker on those, because I actually had a fellow technician of mine that I'm friendly with run into somebody putting red on one of those, and he actually broke the bolt trying to get it out. And when you break the bolt, that's an entire power unit, and you just price somebody out of the washing machine if it's a COD call. So anyway, with that out of the way, I rabbit holed a little bit again, but we got everything fixed with that modular washing machine, and that's that. So for today's topic, I wanted to kind of focus on some industry trends, and I really wanted to put it out to you guys. What do you guys out there, my fellow technicians that see this stuff every day like I do, which way do you think the industry's going in your area? Now, it's a different dynamic for different areas. I know in my area, I see people wanting a return to the old simplistic stuff, but in my eyes, it's a little bit late for that. We've got all these EPA regulations and things like that are kind of choking the industry and making machines have to do more with less. And I say this specifically in regards to washing machines. And I also think it's kind of twofold. The industry is, and the trends in the industry are kind of twofold. You have competition, which is number one. Years ago, you had Samsung and LG that came into this country, the United States, and North America, really, because they came into all of North America. And they were masters of making great-looking machines very cheaply. Samsung kind of took one direction and stayed with the cheapness. LG kind of took another, and their machines are actually starting to get a little bit of quality behind them. I know their front-load washing machines are really great right now. The outfit I work for doesn't sell LG or Samsung or anything like that. I don't even work on that stuff. So you guys out there that see everything, what are your thoughts on which way the industry's going? Comment down below with what you think. I think that there's a very big customer push to kind of return back to simplicity. People are finding out that front loads aren't all they're cracked up to be. They were a trend several years ago, and I kind of tend to notice in my area anyway a lot of people deviating away from those front loads and realizing that they're not really the best thing in the world. Of course, my company sells Speed Queen. I also wear the t-shirt, so I'm a very big believer in Speed Queens. We mainly sell the TR series machines. I like the TC series machines from a service standpoint a lot better, but the TRs have the same warranty. They have people want to be able to adjust their water level. You can't really do that on a TC series machine. And they want to have a few features, just not a ton of stuff you'll never use. Like, what's that Samsung one, guys, with the sink in it and everything like that? What the heck do you need that crap for? Or the fridge that you knock on to see inside it. Guys, again, comment down below with what you think. I would think that display alone would be almost as much as the fridge costs. And unless you have a home warranty, there's really no point in repairing that. If let's say a power surge hits it or something like that, and then all of a sudden you can't knock on it anymore and you can't see inside it. I've seen fridges with Android operating systems in them, and what in the heck's the point of that? I think the state of the appliance industry nowadays is they are very overly complex machines that are supposed to perform very simple tasks. Okay? A fridge doesn't need to do much. A fridge needs to literally get cold and shut off at a certain temperature. And it's usually regulated in the refrigerator or in the fresh food compartment, as we call it in this industry. And the freezer gets however cold it gets in that vein. Like, when the fridge shuts off at, say, 37, which is usually 37, 38 degrees Fahrenheit is usually a design temperature. So when the fridge shuts off at that temperature, it's usually about 0 degrees, maybe negative something in the freezer. Doesn't really matter past 0 degrees, at least for residential purposes. So that's literally all a fridge has to do. Why do you have to add all these complex features? Like, I can remember a few years ago when I was on install, I pulled out this box out of the shelving in a Whirlpool French door refrigerator, and you guys might remember this. They had this little Bluetooth assembly that clipped to the top of it, and it was a set of speakers. Your fridge could connect to your phone and play music and all that crap. And I'm sure they'll have Alexa connectivity and things like that down the road. And she probably heard me. But, they'll probably have all that down the road too. And, I gather that in some parts of the country, I think that there are groups of people who do want that kind of technology. But I live out here in Oklahoma where there's a lot of country folks that just want the old stuff back. And guys, I don't know if it's going to happen. I really don't know. Once you've rung the bell, so to speak, of technology, you really can't unring it. Again, comment your thoughts, please. I encourage you guys to share your thoughts as much as you can. My technician friends, everybody who watches the show, whoever you are, please throw me some comments. It does this video good, like it, all that kind of stuff. So I think the trend of the industry these days is overly complex appliances that are supposed to perform overly simple tasks. And with that, I think I will conclude this episode, guys. Let me know what you think. If you guys have anything you guys want me to talk about, comment on any of my episodes, guys. I'm watching this, and we're going to keep grinding that hustle, and I'm going to see how good we do. So I'll hopefully have some shop updates once I get my phone figured out here pretty soon, where I can show you some technical stuff in the shop. That's coming down the pipe too. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the next episode.